And welcome to the Michigan Sports Truth Periscope YouTube pregame edition for Friday, June 29th, 2018. I'm Taylor Phillips flying solo. I'm Taylor Phillips flying solo. Jenny V, welcome. Tigers and Blue Jays tonight at 7:07. I got a whole lot of information here. Tigers now down at 36-46. Now third place in the American League Comedy Central. A game and a half back of the Minnesota Twins for second place, but 9 games back. Now they're fifth worst in the American League entirely. 15 games back of the wild card spots. The Toronto Blue Jays 37-43, a .463 winning percentage compared to the Tigers' .439 winning percentage. The Blue Jays are fourth place in the AL East, 17 games back of the Boston Red Sox, who are in first place. The Red Sox and Yankees have an incredibly good record. Have incredibly good records. The Blue Jays are 13 games and 4 spots back of the AL wildcard spots. The competition for the highest records are heating up. Is heating up. Plus, there are playoff teams that are only a little bit above 500, but very close to it, that are actually trying to, compete for a wild card playoff spot. But the Tigers and Jays, I think, well, probably just the Tigers looking at next year already. The Jays just desperately hanging by a thread for a wild card playoff spot. They're trying to fight back desperately with 3 months to go after this end of June span. Tonight's starting pitching matchup: Francisco Liriano, 3-3 record, a .394 ERA, earned run average, in case you don't know what that stands for, a .125 whip ratio, walks and hits per innings pitched. For Toronto, Marcus Stroman, 0-5 record, a .680 ERA. But the Tigers' offense is still awfully bad anyway, even though Marcus Stroman has a .168 whip. Let's see if the Tigers' offense continues to be ice cold against that terrible guy. So, Agent Max, how's it going? Good. Let me see. Yeah, in case you missed it, Tigers and Blue Jays, their records tonight at 7:07. If you follow sports, the winning percentages: Blue Jays .463, Tigers .439. Sorry, I don't allow that. We apologize for that. Third place in the AL Comedy Central, 9 games back, fifth worst in the American League. I've got some announcements. 4 of them, technically. From here forward tonight, I'm going to fly solo on the Spreaker postgames for tonight, and from tonight on moving forward. I've decided to drop the national sports reports permanently because it's going to drive me and my audience away from within our state of Michigan. I got to keep the program only within the format of our great state of Michigan with its teams, except I do the complete homework with the rest of the sports world. If I have to go out I still have to go outside the box, but I still have to keep it local within the state, within our great state of Michigan, with our teams: the Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, Pistons, Wolverines, Spartans, Chippewas, Broncos, and Eagles. Wolverines, Chippewas, Spartans, Eagles, Broncos. That's announcement number one. Tomorrow is the last day of June. Which means tomorrow night I'm going on Spreaker, on the Spreaker postgame. I'm going to do a sabermetrics update. Yes, that's right. Whether fans care about it or not, I'm trying to make this fair. The sabermetrics update, and believe me, Nick Castellanos' defensive WAR, wins above replacement ratio. In case some of you don't know what that stands for, WAR stands for wins above replacement. Nick Castellanos' defensive WAR is bad. I guarantee you that. I'll have to double check it later tonight, but I'll use it tomorrow. That's announcement number two. Number three, my next Periscope YouTube pregame edition will be tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I won't be available. I'll be at work until a little after 4, probably. So I'm going to do a pregame edition early on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And then announcement number 4, the Michigan Sports Truth podcast is now eventually coming soon to a new website and app called Get Vocal. It's a website and app that allows that paves an avenue for individuals like myself to form a community and talk about hot topics and issues that we are passionate about, especially the teams that we cover. We detect the truth, expose and reveal actual and hidden truth that the mainstream media doesn't want us to know. We detect facts, research, and statistics, whether fans like it or not. And Alexander Duarte, the platform development manager, reached out to me and said he was interested in bringing my podcast to his platform, to their platform on Get Vocal. So all I need is a wide audience. So those are the announcements. Spreaker post games will be solo, in case you missed it. No more national sports reports. I'll take it solo from here. For example, tonight's post game will be sometime a little bit after the game, not too late. I wish Louis Tenor the best, but I have to keep it within my content. Also, sabermetrics update tomorrow on the last day of June 30th. Today's June 29th. And then I'm adding my podcast to Get Vocal, a new website and app that allows me to allows individuals like us to talk with other guests and co-hosts about the topics and issues that we're passionate about, the issues we have to address and stuff. So moving onward, coming up on tonight's postgame on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. Postgames are always on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. I want to keep it streaming so more people can listen. I also got to promote it more. Of course, we'll recap the Tigers and Blue Jays. Also, we can confirm that from Ken Rosenthal, Chris Bosio did make a racist comment. As much as I like to give Jeff Moss of the Detroit Sports Rag credit, I thought he made it up. That Sam mentioned stuff. He was only mentioning. I think he was only mentioning Sam Menzen because he likes him. The real story is Chris Bosio was making two racist comments, one to a janitor and one to one of the Tigers relief pitchers, Daniel Stumpf. So it was a racist. I'll tell you the exact words on the postgame later tonight after the game. And that's all I have coming up on tonight's postgame. You can hear it on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts via iTunes. Next up, social media. Yep. You can like and share the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on Facebook. It's got a Facebook page, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like it, share it, turn on notifications too. You want to stay up to date on what's going on with our Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, Pistons, Wolverines, Spartans, Chippewas, Broncos, Eagles, Griffins, Whitecaps, and Drive, etc., etc. Every team within our state. Also, we have a Twitter handle at Michigan_Truth. At Michigan_Truth. Same username as our Periscope handle. At Michigan_Truth. Facebook, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like and share. Turn on notifications. And on Twitter and Periscope at Michigan_Truth. Spread the word all over the place, please. Now would be the time. And there are the hashtags. Again, hashtag the Michigan Sports Truth, hashtag boycott Fox Sports Detroit, hashtag boycott Dan Dickerson and Jim Price, hashtag make Chris Ilitch sell the Tigers and Red Wings. Chris Ilitch is still an owner that does not care. Ken Holland is still not willing to rebuild. Ken Holland still wants to spend too much money on free agents, which he will do soon. He'll probably overpay Mike Green again with a 2-year deal, for example. And we'll keep an eye on that, too. So those are the hashtags. Hashtag the Michigan Sports Truth. Hashtag boycott Fox Sports Detroit. Hashtag boycott Dan Dickerson and Jim Price. Hashtag make Chris Ilitch sell the Tigers and Red Wings. How to follow every game without watching it on FSD or on the radio or listen to it on the radio. Follow it on game day on MLB.com or the @Bat mobile app. If you have you must have a smartphone, you must have a PC or Mac, whatever. I want you to get notifications on your phone about what's happening. So, please. For those of you that just joined, here you go. Those are all the details. The announcements here. The standings, the starting pitchers, and what's coming up on tonight's postgame, social media, the hashtags, and how to follow every game. So that's the postgame edition for June 29th. That's the pregame edition on Periscope and YouTube for June 29th, 2018. I'm Taylor Phillips. Follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips. Personally, I'll talk to you later tonight after the game on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts via iTunes. Download the Spreaker mobile app. Yeah, I forgot to write that down. Download the SoundCloud mobile app, download the iHeartRadio mobile app, and download the Apple Podcast app. Create an account. You'll have to create an account. Arthur Oakes, welcome. Here you go. You got 2 live viewers right now. Here are the records, starting pitchers. Here are the announcements if you want to read them here. Yeah, we're no longer doing national sports reports. Post games, yeah, what's coming up. Also, where to listen to them on Spreaker, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, via iTunes. We also got a Facebook page, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like and share. Turn on notifications. Also on Twitter at Michigan_truth. And then use those hashtags here. Yeah, make sure, in case you missed it, it's archived. Keep watching it. Make sure you watch the full video here on Periscope, how to follow every game and stuff. So, I'm Taylor Phillips, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.